Hello, everybody. Hope everybody's doing great. I got a project I'm going to finish up today. I actually did a lot of the machine work a long time ago. Lost the footage, just discovered it. So it's a fun little project. It's just a lube pot for lathe work and milling work on a milling machine. So just a cutesy little thing, magnetic, so it won't tip over. And I'll show you what it looks like.
Got a little project. This was not my idea, and the place I saw it, I'll put a link to his website. Wonderful fellow. Never met the guy, never talked to him, never sent a message to him, but I watch him all the time. Subscribe to his channel. What this is going to be is a little lubrication pot for cutting fluid, and these are just two hydraulic fittings, 1.25" hydraulic fittings. Those will be put together, put a couple of magnets on the bottom, put a hole in the top, put a magnet on the inside to hold my brush, and it makes a nice little lubricating pot. Now, one thing I want to do is I want to increase the capacity just a little bit. The walls don't need to be this thick for what I'm going to do, so I'm just going to mill that out a little bit. Not much, but a little bit.
One little thing I need to add, I am not a machinist, so I'm not saying that any of the things that I'm going to do in here are proper or need to be copied. I'm just doing this to inspire ideas.
See if that looks close to straight. It's not too bad. I think that's close enough for what I'm gonna do. A rapid tap. And I'm not in Canada. And I don't really need to increase the size of this, but why not take an easy project and complicate it a bit? I'm going to think we'll knock the sharp piece off, and I should have enough to seal off the bottom of the pot, so it shouldn't be a problem. Don't know how hot that is. It's too hot to pick up, so we won't pick it up. Just a little sharper than I want it to be. Still just a teeny bit hot. I'll get a dehottener. So that should have given me another cc or two of volume for my cutting oil, and we'll work on the rest of this at another point. Okay, I found myself a little more tinker time, so I'm gonna put a few more scratches on this, and just so anybody that wants to know can know, there's the numbers on this. And no, that's not a proper technique, but for what I'm going to do, that's going to be close enough. Contact. And I think I'm just going to put a little bit more of a taper on there to let the oil run back in. I don't have any particular angle in mind, just scooped out a little bit. That looks good. I think I like that better. If you don't have one of these, they're very handy. No more burr. Okay, and some of Mama's stuff. Not really Mama's stuff, but it's something close to that. And it's not chrome plated or anything, but it's good enough for what I'm wanting to do. Okay, I brought this over to the mill. Gonna put a few dents in it. I happen to have a couple of neodymium magnets that I'm going to throw in there, and I don't probably need them, but I have them, so here we go. Not running through the whole process of setup. I just put a couple of parallels under the nut, clamped it in, and found my center before I turned the camera on. I figured it's not really a class in machining. It's just a class for nothing. I'm just doing something that I thought maybe somebody else would find entertaining. Or spark an idea. Both of those things come in handy. A lot of us need sparks. The magnets I have are a 1/4 of an inch in diameter and 1/8 of an inch thick, and I'm going just a little over an 1/8 of an inch. A bit of epoxy behind them just to be sure they stay where I want them. And you're saying, well, you're putting a magnet in steel. Why do you need to do that? And the answer is because if I stick it to something that has more iron than this fitting does, it's going to stick to that. So I'm going to make it want to stay where I want it. So there you go. Now I've got to mix up some epoxy and put the magnets in. Okay, all of those magnets are mounted. They're about 2 thousandths below the surface, so it doesn't wobble. Of course, it'll pick up debris along the way and wobble, but that can be wiped off. I use JB Weld to secure those in place. Other types of epoxy would probably work. I prefer JB Weld if I'm doing something with magnets, especially because it actually sticks to the magnets. They like it, it likes them. So and I'm not endorsing JB Weld for anything other than that. Don't work for them, don't endorse them. I do use the product. Anything I use is by my choice. I'm not sponsored by anyone. So anyway, get the rest of it finished up. I will post a little something as I go. Okay, I'm finished with this now. Got the magnets on the bottom. I didn't have a round magnet for the hole, so I put 4 magnets inside to hold my brush. Put that in the vise, give it a little squeeze, and drop the brush in there, and we're done. I like it. Why did I need to do this? Well, first we're going to have to get past the confusion of terms. I never implied need. My ex-wife used to ask me what I needed this for or what I needed that for. Did I mention she's my ex-wife? Yeah, I think I did. Okay, I finished with my little lube pot with my hydraulic fittings. I recessed magnets into the base of it, and I didn't have a magnet with a hole in it, so I recessed 4 magnets around the edge of the hole. Anyway, you can just barely see the magnets. There you go, a little picture of it. So the magnets stick through just a teeny bit. And you get this all put together, give it a little squeeze in the vise, and then my lube brush goes in there and it won't fall out. Focus. There you go. Ta-da!